How's it going, guys? And welcome back to BL3's Forgotten, the series where I take a look at underused and not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered within the modern meta of the game or should be left behind and forgotten. Today, we'll be taking a look at the Kibsworth. If you would like to get a Kibsworth for yourself, it is not a quick farm and reset type thing. You do have to run all the way through Maliwan Takedown and kill Wotan at the end. However, Wotan is able to drop multiple Kibsworths at a time, so it is not hard to get one, and it is not hard to get a good one, especially if after you kill him you do have enough damage to shoot out his legs. Between his top half, his lower half, his 3 legs, and the brain, that is giving you 6 potential things to drop multiple Kibsworths per farm, so it's not that bad at all. Kibsworth is a legendary Maliwan SMG. It can come in any of the elements and gets 2 different elements per gun, as it can swap between them like many Maliwans. Kibsworth can also roll with either 2 or 3 projectiles per shot, costing 1 to 2 ammo per shot respectively. This gun does deal splash damage with its shots. Kibsworth, like a Hyperion, also pulls up a front-facing shield when ADS'd. I believe that this is always an amp shield, so that when it takes damage, you do a little bit more damage with the gun for a few seconds. And finally, because there is a lot to go over with what this gun does, whenever you kill an enemy with this gun, a healing circle will spawn at their corpse. This circle will heal all players within it for 2 times the card damage of the weapon, plus a percentage of bonuses. The Kibsworth has had a single buff, a 150% weapon damage boost. The Kibsworth at one point was one of the best SMGs in the game, and by far, with no competition, the best SMG from Moze. Since that time, things have released like the Plasma Coil, or the Chaosin, or the Flipper, all of which have since become significantly better options, especially for Moze. And while this gun was still good, having it as a reward for a raid falling out of the meta in favor of much easier to obtain guns is what ended up prompting that 150% damage buff. Now that buff came and went, and no one really uses the Kibsworth anymore still, and that's just simply because those other options are still so much better. That being said, however, this is a really good gun. It's slept on. It's heavily slept on. I love it. It's one of my favorite guns in the game, and it shreds. It's still really good on all the characters, especially Moze. It also has the added benefit of being a vanilla-based game gun, whereas the other options that have since replaced it are from DLCs. So as long as you're able to take on the Maliwan Takedown, you can get a really good SMG and don't require any sort of DLC to do so. The healing circles can be a little bit difficult to kind of actually make use of, but if you can, it's not bad. Of course, Zane and Amara, they really don't matter on, but for Moze and Flak, those healing circles can be a really good tool for survivability. But overall, this is just, it's a solid gun. That's it. That's not all there is to it. It's a really good splash damage Maliwan SMG. It's just a straightforward, consistent, high damage Maliwan SMG that is really good for splash damage focused builds. It's great on all the characters. It has a few quirks that help out some more than others. It's just not as good as some of the other SMGs at the top of the meta right now. If those options weren't there, this absolutely would still be the fucking king. It's just simply been power crept out of popularity. But yeah, overall, there's no reason not to use it. If you like it, if it's something that you think is cool, then go for it. It keeps up in DPS with the strongest guns in the game. It can take on all the content better than most things in this game. It's a really solid pickup. But that's gonna about do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that, and I hope to see you again in the next one.